Hey, what's up, you all? Welcome to Cyclomania. Today, I'd like to address an issue or a subject that always comes across to our store, and this subject is children's bikes. So, very often, people come to buy children's bike, and they would tell us things like, "Well, we need this size, we need that size, or this looks good, or that looks good." So, most question we ask them is, what is the kid's height? And they would tell us, he's 6 years old. Then I say, okay, no, I ask the question, what is the kid's height? He's going to third grade. What is the kid's height? Finally, they say, I don't know. I said, then just say you don't know. Or just ask the mom. Mom will always know what the height of everybody in the house is. All right? Why do we ask this? Because bike sales is not based on age, it's based on height. If you're coming and your age is 50, is there going to be a separate bike for you compared to somebody who is 60 years old? No. We're just going to check your height and give you a bike that fits your body. Sometimes you have a 6-year-old that's taller than an 8-year-old, or you have a 9-year-old that's shorter than another 6-year-old, right? So are you going to buy a big bike just because it's big, the age is more, or are you going to buy a bike that fits him? All right. And my actual question that I want or point I want to make today is, most people come and say, I will buy a big bike because they're going to grow. Unfortunately, bikes are not shoes. You can buy big shoes, you can buy big pants and shirts for your kids. They may grow into them, but 90% of chance they don't. You get rid of those clothes before they grow into them. The clothes get torn before they grow into them. The shoes get spoiled before they grow into them. So what you did not work. Okay. But when it comes to bicycles, you buy a bike that fits your kid. Why? Because if you buy a bike that's too big, the first time they fall, they will not get back on that bike for 2 years or 3 years. When they get back on the bike, that bike is going to be too big for them, so it's going to be too small for them. So you have wasted 2 or 3 years of fun that they could have had on the bike by buying them a bike that's too big. Why? They know instantly when they sit, even though they might tell you, I want a big bike, when they sit on the bike and they start riding and they feel jittery, they're going to fall this way or that way, they get scared. So what you want to do is build their confidence. Once you have a kid that's very confident and he can ride a bike and he's not falling off his bike and he can do crazy stuff, you can buy a slightly bigger bike. But when you're having a kid that's still using training wheels and you want to buy them a big bike, it's a problem because you haven't built up their confidence yet. So you want to start with a small bike, a bike that just fits them or slightly smaller, so you build their confidence, and then you go up to a bike that's bigger than they need. Okay, but it doesn't make sense to me, right? Like you don't buy yourself a car that you cannot reach the pedals when you're going to drive, right? Do you buy a car that you can't reach the pedals? No. You buy a car that you can reach the pedals. You'll say, yes, I can move the seat forward. Well, in the kid's case, you have to lower the seat. If you cannot lower the seat where the feet completely touch the ground, then that bike is too much big for them. Okay? If you cannot move your seat in the car far enough to the front where you can touch the pedals, then maybe it's not for you. You see it? So that is the same logic. You're not going to drive that car. Why would you put them on a bike where their feet cannot touch the ground? They cannot build confidence. The point is to build confidence so they can enjoy their life now. Who knows in 2 years if they'll be alive, if you'll be alive, if I'll be alive? You don't know. Let them enjoy their riding now. All right? So that's what I wanted to touch on that. And oh, by the way, who knows if they will still have interest in riding bikes in 2 years? They change their interest every day. So if you got them a wrong bike, too big, and they don't ride it now, and it stays for 2 years, and in 2 years they don't have any more interest in riding bike, guess what? You've wasted your money, you've wasted the time that they could have enjoyed the bike, and now they have no more interest in bike. I hope this makes sense. And we tell this to everybody. So when a customer comes to us and we tell you this, it's not because we want to sell a bike that's there. Half the time I don't even have the bike you want anyway, right? But I still give you the same advice. So it's not about trying to sell what is there. And I'm going to order the bike, which means that when you live out of my shop, you can go to Lulu and buy a cheaper bike that's as big as you want or as small as you want. But my advice is going to be the same, because I care more about what that kid is going to enjoy or not, compared to, you know, saving a buck here or saving a buck there. Because you save a buck and that bike that you saved may not actually be there because you didn't save it since they didn't ride the bike. You get me? Thank you. Join me in the next informative video for your bike and your kids. Have a blessed day.